I thought our kids came out with great intent. I thought their focus, how they got off defensively. We started the game very locked in to the game plan, very locked into together, how they played together and how they communicated throughout, which was great to see. And then, I thought we executed, especially in the first half, got some good shots, missed some really good shots, but nonetheless, I thought we, for the most part, got really good shots. We wanted to win every quarter. That was Sid's goal for the team, and we were able to do that. Which I thought was important. We always try to have goals inside of every game, and that was one of them that we wanted to win every quarter. And so really just proud, Yarden becomes the all-time leading three-point shooter today, which is special. But I thought Sid was really aggressive, especially, getting to the basket. I thought she had some teammates also, and it was kind of a funky game. Chloe goes down with fouls. Shay's playing with 2 fouls there in the first half as well. I thought Lexi came in and gave us great minutes. I thought Lily came in and gave us great minutes, at that 5 position. And so, a lot of different pieces showed up today. But I loved really how we guarded. That's probably what I love the most about this performance.
Teri, you were obviously pretty frustrated after the Maryland game. Just what have the last few days been like? Did you kind of have to have some hard conversations with your team? And I guess, do you feel like things are in a better place now going into the Big Ten tournament?
I had conversations with Sid and Chloe, right before our last practice. And they're never hard. I mean, I just, like I said, and Sid knows this, and I hope our players know this. We're just trying to help any way we can, right? That's our job. And so I just wanted to make sure that, that Sid and Chloe knew, one, how important this game was, but how important it was going to be for us to, come in here, play well, and then enter the Big Ten tournament. And so, and again, both Sid and Chloe are always so receptive, and they want to help as well. And so it's, we try to collaborate as much as we can with them, and I've got to trust that, the conversations that they're having in that locker room, are what's meant to be said, and it's coming from the right place, on all, from all of us. We do have to have a different level of, attention to detail. And I thought we had that today. I don't really,
I think they like it for transcription or
Oh,
something.
yes.
But for both of you, what do you like about the way this team is, about the direction the team is going into the Big Ten tournament? What do you want to see improve a little bit before you play, most likely, Oregon on Thursday?
I'll hand that off to Sid.
Obviously we needed this one tonight for momentum going into the Big Ten tournament. But I think it really starts in practice. We have to have good practices leading up to games. I think before the Maryland game, we didn't have great practices leading up, and some of those other losses in the heat of the season. So just always reminding each other, like, good practices lead to good games, and we're gonna have to bring it. We had a great game in Eugene when we went out there. We thought we had the game in our hands, so if that's who we end up playing, then we're gonna bring it on Thursday to make a run in the tournament, and we're ready for that. I think we're also in a unique situation where what would we be, the 9th seed? 8 or 9 seed. And that's not somewhere we've been before. We usually have always had those double buys. But I think if we come together at the right time, and we can make something special happen.
Sydney, you didn't get to play against them last year, and you didn't start your career, but you get to finish 4-0. How important is that to you, especially being from the state of Indiana, just to kind of cap off your career against them?
It's very special. I love the rivalry. I think it's a lot of fun. And I also love competing in games like this when they have 10,000 fans and almost 9,000 of them are against us. I think we thrive in those situations, and we knew it was going to be hard today, but we came out with a win, and I think we started the game off really well. And I think that's the main thing. We all come into these big games wanting to beat Purdue, and they want to come in beating us. So we knew that they were going to step up to the occasion as well. But it's a lot of fun being from Indiana and just being able to say I'm undefeated against Purdue.
Timmy, you and Shay were the ones that kind of stood out today offensively, but what is it about you two that, allows the offense to flourish when you guys are on the floor, at the same time?
I think just defensively, if we're defensive minded, then our offense comes easily for us. And I think we see that a lot in games, when we're getting stops and we're running out really hard and we're hitting, then it'll lead to us hitting shots. So I think it starts with the defensive end for both of us.
Do you have any other questions? Let's go back in order. Will, John.
Terry, a little bit of a sluggish start before that run really kicked in 22 to one point in the first quarter. Was there anything that was really sad, or was that just kind of everyone fledging?
No, I think again, Purdue came out and hit a few shots, then we countered, and then, again, I liked really how we guarded. And I think Sid's right. I think that helped us, offensively.
Terry, I think you would have played against Chris McGrade, right? You were here.
91 and 94, so maybe your junior, senior year potentially.
Who's this?
She had the
Had the
record.
record for IU.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
my bad.
Yeah, you should have, help me with that, Todd. Dang.
Yes. Anyway, you would have played against her, so what does it mean for you to, just as a coach, just generally to see one of your players breaking?
Again, nobody's their biggest, or, bigger, they don't have any bigger cheerleader than me and our staff, when our kids either break a record, have a double, have a triple, it doesn't matter. I mean, we are their biggest cheerleaders, and even on the days that they don't, right, do anything out of the ordinary, we want them to excel, we want them to do well, we want to help them any way we can, but, that's a tall task, right? It's hard to become the leading, whether it's 3-point scorer, rebounder, it's hard, to achieve things like that. And so I don't know that any of us are, we get to see it every day with, watching her in practice and then watching her even in an individual, instruction. Like it's kind of fun to watch a kid like that can shoot it the way she shoots it. For her to get it here in Indiana, I think is extra special. We've really enjoyed, being able to coach her and have her in our program. So.
Terry, obviously it's been a tough stretch for Lily the last, month or so, but like you said, she gave you something.
She sure did.
How
Yeah.
big can it be if you guys can get her going?
It's really big, and we've all continued to tell her and try to just encourage her that we do depend on her, especially she and Strip, because we know that those are the 2 5s that are gonna play a majority of the minutes. And I thought she came in today, and again, the first time we played Purdue at our place, one of the things that really stood out for me, I thought she was terrific defensively in our plugs and really helping our guards in some of those ball screen scenarios, and so. It was great to see her, she looked like she was playing with a little extra juice today, I thought. It was nice to see that layup go in for her. We're gonna need her. There's no doubt. We need Lily Meister to help us win ball games.
Skip all the way to the back, already right.
Coach, congratulations on the
Thank
win. I know you want to give yourself 24 hours to celebrate, but, you mentioned Lily, put in some good minutes today. How are you feeling about the depth overall of the team walking into the postseason?
Well, I mean, again, after today, I think, it's, again, something that we rely on. Lexi and Lily and Henna came in, when Chloe got into foul trouble. And I mean, it's all of them, right? They all have to be ready when their number's called. We ask them to do that, just stay ready. And, I think anytime you're going into tournament play where it's consecutive days, you have to be mindful, right, of the minutes that the starters are going to play. But look, we understand that it's, you get beat, you're done. So, I'm hopeful that, our starters, but also those guys that are coming off the bench. I mean, we all have enough juice to go in there and make a run.
Colin, G right, second row.
Obviously, this one wraps up this season at 18-11. 10-8 Big Ten play, like Sid said, you guys haven't really necessarily been in this spot in the standings of the Big Ten before. But how would you grade the regular season in its totality as of right now?
Oh gosh, that's a really hard question. I would probably give us a B, minus probably, since it, added the minus to it. I just think there's been a lot of twists and turns to it, and I thought early that's what it was gonna look like. I did think that we would level out at some point and maybe start trending and peaking. And once we started trending, I thought we would be consistent enough to stay there. But I said this the other day after the Michigan State loss. We play in a really freaking good league. And we go on the road and have to play teams like Michigan State, right? Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not easy. This is a very, very good league. And others, right, that are ranked. And then, you know, you get Ohio State at home. Yeah, that's great. You get Maryland, another team that's ranked. This is a really good league. And, you know, do we wish that, yeah, are there a few? I mean, I think back to the Michigan game on the road. Should we have won that? No doubt. We should have. Did we play poorly at Minnesota? We did. I mean, we have to own some of that stuff. But I will say this, there have been some really great moments, you know, and we know we've seen ourselves play against a very good Nebraska team. We've seen ourselves play against the number 8 Ohio State team. There's been a lot of really good moments, you know, for us, and I think early about, you know, with Stanford and them. And so we can't lose sight of the fact that when we put it all together, we can be really, really good. And when we do that, I think that, you know, we can accomplish a lot. And so I'm hoping that as we go into the Big Ten tournament, that we can get some momentum, we can string together some really good days of basketball that we know that are in us, and I know that are in our guys, our team.
Coach, last question over here, right?
I don't know if I want to answer. Mike Harmon, go ahead, Mike.
You played the same number of games in the regular season as you have in the past 18. But did this regular season feel any longer because of the new teams, the
Yeah,
new travel?
yeah,
And how will this maybe help you once you get in the NCAA tournament?
great question. You know, that trip out to, was long. Oregon, we had Oregon, Washington. It was 6 days and it was long. And did it make the season feel a little bit longer? Maybe. I think again, with kind of how up and down we were, that probably added to it. I don't know if we can use that to our advantage or not. You know, I think we just have to realize that tournament play is you have to win or you're done. And so there's a level of urgency that you have to go into every tournament knowing that you have to have. And it's nice that we're gonna be in Indianapolis. It's nice that we don't have to freaking go to Minnesota. No offense to Minnesota, but I mean, it's nice that we're gonna be, you know, in Indy and have some of our fans that'll travel to see us play. I think they always give us some extra juice when we're out there. And so I think there's a lot of positives that we can, you know, take away from today, but I think will help propel us into the tournament this week. Yeah, thank you guys.